In a move that may seem subtle on the surface but carries significant long-term implications, the Chicago Bears have created newfound financial flexibility with the recent contract extension of guard Joe Thuney. This development could directly influence how the Bears pursue upgrades on the defensive side of the ball, particularly with a possible trade for elite pass rusher Trey Hendrickson of the Cincinnati Bengals looming on the horizon. Thuney's new deal is a 2-year extension worth $35 million, with a staggering $33.5 million fully guaranteed. The key takeaway, however, lies in how the Bears structured the contract. The move lowered Thuney's 2025 cap number from $16 million to a modest $8 million. For a 4-time All-Pro who has protected quarterbacks like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, that figure is a bargain by NFL standards. This financial maneuvering doesn't just improve the offensive line, it also opens the door for aggressive mid-season trades or future roster investments. And based on the latest roster construction strategy from Chicago's front office, there appears to be real intent to use this cap space now, not later. There has been increasing speculation that this newly available financial breathing room could be used to acquire Hendrickson, a disruptive force on the edge and one of the top pass rushers in the NFL. His potential arrival in Chicago would elevate the team's defensive ceiling significantly. Given the Bears' current ambitions, such a move would signal that the team is firmly in win-now mode. Even before the Thuney extension, the Bears had already been active throughout the offseason. The front office has consistently emphasized its commitment to strengthening the roster by any means, whether through the draft, free agency, or trades. A trade for Hendrickson would fall squarely in line with that vision. While the Bears are creating space and signaling readiness to compete, the situation in Cincinnati continues to deteriorate between Trey Hendrickson and the Bengals. Hendrickson's frustrations with the front office have become public. The veteran pass rusher recently stated that his camp has had no communication with the Bengals since the draft. According to him, the organization failed to follow through on promises made the previous offseason. He indicated that the lack of a new contract and general unwillingness to engage has left him feeling disrespected. This isn't a minor dispute. Hendrickson made it clear that he is unwilling to play under his current deal, and a trade may be the only solution left on the table. With his cap hit sitting at $18.66 million for the 2025 season, that's not a small number, but it's also reflective of a player who remains among the NFL's best edge rushers. Last season, Hendrickson posted monster numbers: 46 total tackles, 17.5 sacks, 36 quarterback hits, 19 tackles for loss, and 2 forced fumbles. He was a constant presence in opposing backfields and helped keep the Bengals competitive despite various team struggles. Despite being on the wrong side of 30, Hendrickson is showing no signs of slowing down. His performance in 2024 earned him a second-place finish in Defensive Player of the Year voting and a 4th Pro Bowl appearance. What makes Hendrickson an especially intriguing target for Chicago is his familiarity with Dennis Allen's defensive system. Hendrickson played under Allen during his time in New Orleans and thrived in his scheme. His size, strength, and explosiveness off the edge make him a perfect match for the Bears' defensive vision, both in terms of scheme and culture. His consistency over the years also stands out. Since his breakout 2020 season, Hendrickson has missed no more than 2 games in any year. His PFF grades have consistently remained above 80, and he's posted double-digit sacks in every season except 1 during that span. These aren't declining numbers, they're elite numbers. With the Bears looking to fortify their pass rush and contend for the playoffs in a shifting NFC North landscape, Hendrickson fits the bill as both a short-term impact player and a potential multi-year contributor. The financial picture for the Bears paints a favorable outlook, especially when it comes to absorbing Hendrickson's current deal and reworking it for future flexibility. While the Bears may not currently have the full $18.66 million in available cap space to fit him under the 2025 salary ceiling outright, the organization is in a good position to make it work through contract restructures and deferred cap planning. As it stands, the Bears are operating with around $6.4 million in current cap space. However, projections for 2026 are much more favorable. The team is estimated to have around $278 million in cap space available in total, with approximately $121 million committed to the offensive side, $151 million to the defense, and around $6 million for special teams. That leaves over $20.5 million in projected breathing room, more than enough to accommodate a contract extension for Hendrickson that matches his expectations. Moreover, the Bears can also create additional cap room in 2026 through strategic roster cuts. Key candidates include Tremaine Edmonds. Cutting him would free up $15 million in cap space while carrying just $2.44 million in dead cap. Cole Kmet. Moving on from the tight end would open up $8.4 million with only $3.2 million in dead money. DeAndre Swift. His contract could free up $7.5 million with just $1.33 million in dead cap. Others like Cairo Santos and George Pickens could collectively add another $4.1 million with minimal dead money attached. With these options, the Bears have ample flexibility to reallocate funds and replace outgoing players via the draft or lower-cost free agent signings. It all comes down to whether the front office sees Hendrickson as a long-term piece, and all signs point to that being a real possibility. Potential trade scenarios. Two hypothetical trades could make the acquisition of Trey Hendrickson feasible. Trade Scenario 1. The Bears send a second and fourth-round pick to the Bengals, along with players like Braxton Jones and Andrew Billings. Both players are on expiring deals, and the Bears have recently added Shamar Turner and Amagaji to potentially replace them. This option would help the Bears manage their cap in the short term while sending assets that may not be retained beyond 2025. Trade Scenario 2. A simpler package involving only picks, a second and a fourth in the 2026 draft. This scenario allows the Bears to retain depth for this season, keeping Jones and Billings as contributors, while still acquiring Hendrickson, without overloading their salary sheet. Both trades offer pros and cons. The first prioritizes cap maneuverability and depth chart transition now, while the second focuses more on continuity this season and future planning. Either way, Hendrickson would immediately boost Chicago's defense and add credibility to a pass rush that needs more consistent pressure. With an offensive line that's now fortified for the next few years and young talent developing at key positions, adding a player like Hendrickson to a defense that's already trending upward could be the missing piece that takes the Bears from playoff hopeful to serious contender.